An overview on the asteroid advantage, the next one, then I go accidental war, then I go solvency, then I go politics.
Alright. Shh. Put the magic.
Dust everywhere. So much dust. The North American continent can no longer receive sunlight. The cloud of dust soon begins to spread. The entire planet is blocked out from the sun. The planet begins to cool. The next ice age has just begun. At first, there will be, some retaliatory responses, to say the least. People will fight over things like goods. Only the biggest and most fit will survive. But eventually, the Earth will become entirely frozen. Uninhabitable for those who survive the frost. This is the end. The end of everything that was the human race. Plants, animals, they'll also become extinct. Meanwhile, the negative attempts to burden you with thinking that an economic collapse is going to lead to an extinction level impact. Well, an economic collapse would likely do some damage. There's simply not enough nuclear weapons, evil people, to destroy the entire human race, let alone every species and everything that lives on Earth. Our Varsher 96 evidence, Kazan 11 evidence, and our Mandelbaum evidence indicate that an asteroid hitting Earth is the only way for planetary-wide extinction. They make a bunch of arguments about why time frame matters. Our evidence takes this into account by specifically through our Varsher evidence that compares the world of time frame versus the world of magnitude and concludes that magnitude is the only thing that matters. Specifically in a world where they've conceded our Mandelbaum evidence that indicates there is a 100% probability of an asteroid hitting Earth. The only other argument they make on this flow is that the threat isn't real. This is implicitly answered in debate, and they haven't responded to our main warrants. First, there is a threat. They've denied our Kazan evidence that there are asteroids nearby, and they could literally hit us at every moment. Our McGuire evidence even indicates that there are 13 asteroids that could hit us in the next century. It's not a question of if; it's a question of when are they going to hit us. A time frame is not relevant. Our sure evidence indicates this. They haven't gone through any of these arguments in the 2AR. I don't think you should evaluate them on your flow, anyways. And the next argument I'm going to make here is that McGuire and Kazan indicate that there are multiple NEOs that could also hit us. This is even more evidence to say this. Next, even if we lose this advantage, in the time frame debate, it doesn't matter because we still have our accidental war scenario. Our Jarvis evidence indicates that a world where a small asteroid hits the Earth, our evidence, the immediate global escalation would occur. They have no defensive disadvantage. Their only argument is that a small asteroid hitting Earth would be good. But A, you're not going to evaluate this argument because our Varsur evidence indicates this and concludes the other way that an asteroid hitting Earth would cause war. The other reason you're not going to evaluate this argument is the 2AC add-on, that an asteroid strike would cause an economic collapse. This is unanswered, and this is unanswered, and that's our also Mandelbaum evidence. And next, let's move to solvency. The only extended argument they have is that we won't be able to deflect an asteroid hitting Earth. He conflates our plan text with the one that is in the file. We developed the technological ability to be able to deflect these asteroids. His arguments are only indicative of the status quo. That's our NAC evidence. Politics. I'm going to give you 3 reasons why you should vote affirmative on politics and why the politics vote really doesn't matter. First, we're going to win the uniqueness debate on warrant distinction. Our Baker evidence is not only qualified, but it's recent. Baker is a poli-sci professor. He is making a prediction about the future of this country in context of the the debt ceiling debate. Look, their uniqueness evidence is not predictive in any way of this claim. Second, Baker is specific in the evidence. This is Baker's business. It's like Michael Jackson's the music industry. This debate is nothing without it. Baker explains that even in a world of economic collapse or us reaching the debt ceiling, there's no real impact. Our education, our jobs, our infrastructure, even our capital, even the Federal Reserve will still be around. We'll just be illegally in debt. Third, they haven't even extended a shitty link in the 1NC. Look, their link isn't specific to the app. It's about people going to space. That's not the same. The 2NR, they make a new argument about how spending will be massively unpopular. Look, I don't think you should evaluate this arg. It's new in the 2NR, and even if you do evaluate, this is furthermore a reason why you should probably default to the intrinsicness debate as a reason why this is an instance in which intrinsicness is a good thing. I'm not going to go for this argument here, but they haven't extended any offense, just a reason to reject the argument, not the team. But this is just proof that in further debates, future debates, that intrinsicness is probably a good thing when they haven't identified a germane link to the affirmative.
Why was